Hey girl, hey. So I have a question for you today. Have you ever gone for blood work for hormone testing and your provider says, looks good? And you look at it and you just took it? Because what else are you supposed to say? Well, today I'm going to give you an actual number that researchers are pointing to now in a scientific study for women on transdermal HRT or the estradiol patch or the gel. This is not a somewhere in the range of, this is going to be an actual number. And I'm going to walk you through why this number exists and what it protects and why higher isn't always better. I'm Stacy. I'm on every form of HRT a girl can take. And I still had a lab where my provider told me my estradiol looked fine. Meanwhile, I was confused because I felt like crap. So I asked her, fine in comparison to what? And she didn't have an exact, crisp, clean answer. So, me being me, I went looking for one, and I found one just the other day. Because these are the things that just get waved off and pushed aside for us. So I got an actual explanation. A 2026 in a journal review from Gynecological Endocrinology pulled together data from 2 clinical trials on the transdermal estradiol gel, plus 2 landmark trials called KEEP, all capital letters, KEEP, and ELITE, ELITE, which followed women using estrogen therapy for years and tracked real outcomes like their bone density and their artery health. And as a side note, transdermal just means through the skin. Gel, patch, not the pill. And across all of these studies, one number kept showing up, and it was 60 pg ml, picograms per milliliter. And that's the unit your lab uses to report it. And what they noticed is that once women's estradiol hit 60 pg ml on transdermal HRT, bone protection showed up in 95 to 100% of the women who were studied. Let that sink in. Below that number, a much bigger share of women experienced bone loss, meaningful bone loss, even while on other hormone therapy, which matters because a lot of us assume that being on HRT, hormone replacement therapy, automatically means that our bones are protected. This research says that the levels matter, not just that you're taking something. And the same threshold showed up again on the cardiovascular side. Around 60 pg ml, again, cholesterol markers begin to improve. Blood vessel function improved, insulin sensitivity improved, and clotting-related markers moved in a favorable direction. One of the trials in this review from ELITE measured artery wall thickness and found the best results happened at around 57 pg mLs. So basically the same number, nearly 60. So this isn't just one study finding a number. This is multiple trials that are coming together on roughly the same range. Now here is where it gets interesting. Once women were in that therapeutic range, giving them more estradiol didn't change things, didn't improve things, and did not reliably reduce hot flashes. And researchers said something here that's worth thinking about and sitting with. What matters isn't the raw number on your lab report. What matters is that there is enough estradiol in your system to bind with your estrogen receptors and do her job. So the number, yeah, it's a guide. It's not a target. Just know that it's useful. All right, and a quick note on why this research was focused on the patch and the gel and not the pills. Transdermal estrogen skips going into your liver, which is where the pills pass through. And a lot of studies have shown that transdermal estrogen has a generally lower risk for blood clots and stroke compared to oral estrogen. So yeah, estradiol starts fluctuating years, girl, before your period changes. often as early as in your 30s. For me, that was the case. So, this is not information to file away for later. This is information to start paying attention to in your body and sharing with your girlfriends. And it's a good time to start talking to your provider about hormones and your symptoms at any age, truly. So here's what you can do with this. The next time you get a lab test, ask for the actual number. Don't just let your doctor or your nurse practitioner or your physician tell you, oh, they're within range. Knowledge is power, and I'm encouraging you to take the power. Because, girl, you are your own best advocate. And if you don't advocate for yourself, nobody's going to. So ask where it falls relative to the 60 pg/mLs, especially if you're on transdermal HRT. And if your provider can't answer that question, girl, that's some valuable knowledge. And it's time for you to go to the menopause website and start looking for a new provider in your area who is literate on perimenopause and menopause, in my opinion. So, as always, nothing I share here is medical advice. I'm not a doctor. I'm a holistic nutrition student. I'm a mother. I'm in perimenopause. And I am just bringing you the information and the knowledge that I wish somebody would have brought to me years ago when this began for me. I have a free guide that's available for you covering the other 81 potential symptoms of perimenopause, linked in the description in my bio, in all of my social media stuff. If this is what you needed to hear today, please share it with somebody else who could find this valuable, or it could literally change somebody's life. And girl, if you haven't done something to love yourself lately, please go do that. And as always, if you don't know what that looks like, drop me a DM, send me your questions. All my love until next time.